Dave said, "Can I have a drink? And I said, "No drinking, you shittingers." Dave said, "I was only saying." And I said, "Shut your fucking face, you fool." Dave said, "I want a drink, I want a drink." For fuck's sake, Dave, if I hear about your drink, your toenails, or the toenails in your drink, if I hear about any of it once more, I shall give you to the fiercest animal in Holland. Haribo's granddad. Dave said, "Oh no!" Haribo's granddad. "It's horrible!" And then he started crying. And I said, "I don't suppose you'll ask for one of those again, will you?" Dave said, "I don't suppose I will." The health inspector. There was a man who turned up round our way once, put up a tent in the park he did, put notices all round the street saying that he was going to inspect the Michael Rosen Plum Cafe. Oh no! The moment I dread when the health inspector is coming in. Later that day he came in, he had a moustache. "Hello!" There we all were, breathing very, very quietly. And that's when we get into really big trouble. First he looked at our plums, and there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and he ate the lot. And then our puffed wheat. Yes, puffed wheat. Really good. And he said, "I want some pizza. Do you understand?" So we go, "Okay, don't worry about it." And I said, "Oh, Mervyn, could you get me the pizza?" And he said, "But there's rats in the fridge." So everyone said, "Shh." "Sorry, what did you say?" said the inspector cheerily. No answer from us inside. Mervyn is waiting for me to say something. I'm hoping he'll say something. We're looking at each other. And I said, "Look out the window. There's a skyfugel." And I said, very quietly, "I'm very sorry, Mervyn, but nobody at all wants to know about the rats in the fridge, Mervyn. Now, give me the fucking pizza." Then, suddenly, it appeared. The front door opened. Haribo. All his clothes were torn, there was blood on his face, and he screamed, "Quick, get out! Get out of here! The health inspector is coming." We all said, "Yeah, we know that, you fool." Mervyn came in, he had the pizza with a little paper umbrella stuck in the top. It was huge. It was taller than me. And I had this really long spoon to eat it with, and now everyone was looking at the inspector. Mervyn was trying very hard not to look proud. The inspector stuffs a great big chunk of pizza into his mouth. It was then he noticed the rat, mouth open, eyes staring, tail stiff, dead in the pizza. He looked like he had never seen anything quite so horrible. And then that really does it. His eyes pop out. He flaps his hands. He blows, he puffs, he yells, he bobs his head up and down. He spits a pizza all over his plate, and he turns to us and he goes, "There's a rat dead in my pizza." "Oh, no, it isn't," I said. "Look, it is," he said. "Oh, no, it isn't." I said, "Look, it really is," he said. "That's really dangerous, you know." That's when my brain starts doing things. Mad dog stuff. I think you know what I mean. I had hoped that it wouldn't be necessary for me to murder the inspector. But, and this is a big but, the Michael Rosen Plum Cafe is the nicest cafe in the world. You must die! There was an awful yelling and crying. There was the noise of chains rattling and someone shouting, "Get off me!" "No, that's my ear!" And kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. The inspector, he just fell over and started crying. Hard luck. So he stripped the inspector up from the wall bars. And we made inspector pie Fantastic. And he said, eating me is cruel, eating me is murder. And then he started crying again. I make my blade of a knife cut into the flesh so the juice jumps into the pie, and I peeled off the flesh in soggy lumps that I scooped together and pushed into the pie. It was slippery and sticky and really great. Put a pie in the oven, press the silver button, the machine starts roaring, and hot air rushes out of a silver spout. Later that day, we sit down to eat. The inspector, pie, finger in, lick it. And actually, that wasn't very nice. It was horrible. I feel a bit sick, actually. Mervyn juked and jived around that room, smiling all over his big face. I'll finish it, he said. Oh, yeah, you bet he said that. I'll finish it, he says. He just fell over and died. Ha! And everything was lovely once again. Wonderful. And then we went home.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shooting.
Strict. We had a teacher who was so strict, you weren't allowed to wank in her snatch. She used to stand out the front doing the Michael Rosen rap. Kids in my class. The Michael Rosen wank. Babyshitter. Sometimes my mum and dad used to each other. This meant that my brother had to slap my face. He hated me. He hated my face. He hated my mum and dad. He hated the Michael Rosen rave. I fiddle with my big box. He tries to pretend I'm not there. It's no good. He can't. I'm wanking away like mad. He starts to laugh. All right, he says, look, right, that's it. He sounds like he's going to really do my ass. Nice. Haribo. Once my friend Haribo came to school wanking. We said, what's the matter? Shit face. And he said his granddad had died. Then I said, hard luck, Haribo's granddad. Always knew you were a bit shit. Once my friend Haribo fell over and died. He had a shed where they used to string you up from the wall bars. They used to screw you up the bars. Mind you, my gran was nice too. She gave me and my brother a blow. Michael Rosen falls in love. Once I went to class and sat down. Our teacher, Miss Prick, said stupid shit, but I never listened. It was then I noticed this girl. She was sitting in the corner. She had scars on her face, but she looked really cute. Nice. Then our teacher said to me, Mr. Rosen, you're not listening. I said, fuck off, bitch. I'm in love. Miss Prick said, what's it got to do with my lesson? Now, write me a 203-page paper about how Michael Rosen is a little fuck. Oh no, I was absolutely screwed. But then I noticed the cute girl. She was smiling at me. That made it all worth it. She was smiling at me. That's when my brain starts doing things. I'll tell you what I do. I dashed across the room and I threw her onto the floor. Now, everyone was yelling and crying, and Lemonade Boy was trying to stop me. But you can't stop me. I'm Michael motherfucking Rosen. So I stabbed little lemonade bitch in the face. Yeah, the girl was trying to run away, but I gave her the Michael Rosen rape. It was wonderful. Then suddenly she said in a terrifying voice, Michael Rosen, you're fucking dead. She's transformed into a horrifying creature called the Moogle. Okay. The blood-drinking, baby-eating, keel over and die Foogle. She starts shooting flaming plums out of her snatch. There was the noise of people dying. She cuts my head off with her blade and eats my flesh. Do you know, people say to me, if that's true, how come you're here to tell the tale? Fair enough, and I'll tell you. Magic. People say, okay, but how come the creature is gone? Fair enough, and I'll tell you. It's not. A woman called May used to babysit me. Her husband was a prick and he could come in both eyes. Fantastic, Mr. Fox. We used to meet him on the bus, and when we got our tickets off him, if we were lucky, he'd wink one eye, then wink the other in. Really fast. Fantastic. Plastic. But best was May. When she came over after tea, we played dirty sex games. My favourite was... Anyway, after a few months of this, my brother came into my room. There we were, sitting there, looking. My brother screamed, "Quick, save!" George said, "Sometimes my penis is all sticky." The new teacher said, "What does your mother say about that?" And George didn't say anything. Claire said, "His mum fiddle-diddled me." And the teacher said, "Nice." How I learnt to love goldfish. When I get in, if there's one thing I love, it's a fat, ginger goldfish. I love the feel of my tongue and lips on the tight skin, then I make my teeth cut into the flesh so the...
Children historian UK giant Michael Rosen has received an honorary doctorate from Nottingham Trent University. My lord, he looks
This is a fantastic... No! What did I say? Useless bitch. I'll never forget my first school bus walking. Who put that there? I'll never forget my first girlfriend. Yes, her name was Kelly, and she was one fine piece of ass. But my lord, she was really boring. Well, why'd you think that? Because, mind if I kill you now? No. I'm trying really hard to overuse the whole murder thing, and I... Anyway, sometimes you need to shut a bitch up, so you've got to do so in the best way possible. So what happens next time your bitch gets a bit unruly with you? I know this one. Pick me. Yes, George. I'll show her my stuffed animal collection. That always gets it done. No. Why are you still playing with stuffed animals? You're 15 years old. You wouldn't even touch them. But I love stuffed animals. Shut the it. No, Mr. Hard. What? Remus. My name is Hydarius. Whatever. Marquise. Look, do you know the host? You've got to keep them in line, not saying homie. So yeah, when in doubt, knock her out, not saying. token. Do you want to spend less time at school? Hell yeah, that's be dope not saying. Then go outside and work the cotton field.
Oh, hell no. You've got to be kidding. I don't want to work the cotton field.
You don't have much of a choice. Now do you shed heel?
Man, fuck you, old white teeth.
Yeah, fuck me. You're damn right, fuck me. I'm stuck here with Satan's kids while you're out in the fresh air. Now, any more problems? Good. And keep in mind that I just got out of school prison and I'm not afraid to go back. Do you understand? Who bought this special kid? The Michael Rosen. Michael Rosen. I went to this shop called Preposterous Presents to get a lovely Christmas tree. But then I remembered I can't celebrate Christmas. I'm a Jew. Ew. Well, 2011 was a really incredible year for Michael Rosen YouTubers. Obviously, there was the Michael Rosen collab and the many YouTubers and good shit like that. But really, the best thing to come out of 2011 was that I started bitching about making videos using my videos. So you best be glad that I'm letting you do this now, because if I didn't start...
Michael, come on! We were just about to watch the full year guide.
So play.
Oh, hi, guys. Happy holidays. It's what's a KatanaSoul. Come in.
Have a really swell new year from Michael Rosen and Mekawiji91. Cheers. My dad says after the war was over, everyone came home to keel over and die. There weren't going to be any more people. There weren't going to be any more crack houses. There weren't going to be any more war. Look out the window. There's a window. The farf. My mum said to me and my brother, tidy your room. So we go, no. Then she said, eat shit. It was then me and my brother ran her over with the car. That's a shame. My mum died in the street and everything was lovely once again. Wonderful. And then we went home. It was then I noticed the woman opposite. Lollipop lady was walking home with a lollipop stuck in her arse. Nice. There's my mum, she's doing my dad. And my dad wants great big tits in his mouth. It was ow. Dries off your hand. And sometimes my dad doesn't shave his hairy balls like a great big bag of plums. Really good. When I was 1, I was drinking spit. When I was 2, I ate a red shoehorn. When I was 3, I started rolling up little blunts. When I was 4, I ate my hamster. When I was 5, I made a steak. When I was 6, I was breathing in queef. When I was 7, I rubbed syrup on my sister's really big nipples. Nice. Fiddle diddle. Fiddle diddle. Fiddle riddle diddle diddle fiddle riddle diddle diddle. For 3 hours I'm at it with my sister. Fiddle riddle diddle diddle. And all the time my dad was watching me. Oh no! The moment I dread when Dad goes from being cheery to being fucking furious. My father is waiting for me to say something. I'm hoping he'll keel over and die. And they're going to come back and find me here. And I've got out of bed. And I've come in his bed. And I've come in my sister. And I've come in a paper bag. One sloppy, cheesy, soggy lump stuck to the bag. So there I was, licking at my sister's nipples. And then there's my dad and he's roaring. Would you believe it? Hot food. We sit down to eat, and Michael Rosen wants a hamburger in his butter. Smells nice. Finger in, lick it. Tastes nice. When I was at school, we used to blow an electronic rabbit. I gave my mum and dad eights. They were very pleased. And for a week or so after Christmas, they were always on the table. The car trip. Mum says, row. This is a long car. I'm driving and I can't drive. Do you understand? So we go, okay, Mum, okay. Don't worry about it. And Mum tries to be exciting. Look out the window. there's a window.
I want your attention, everything.
I'm very sorry, Merlin, but nobody at all wants to know about magic, Merlin.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Right. Can I have a drink? Windmills. Windmills. When I get in, if there's one thing I love, it's a puffed wheat. And I picked up the wheat jug, tipped it up to pour out the magic puffed wheat. Another spoonful, anyone? Finger in, lick it. Tastes nice. That's when my brain starts doing things. The handle and the You can't do a wee on the end of runway 4. You go to bed. And so hot. Gave me a red shoehorn. Once my friend Haribo came to school with bright green chocolate all over his big face. We said, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" And he said his dad had died. Then I said, "How did he die?" And he said, "He was murdered." And then he started crying again. And then my teacher said, "If I hear about your dad, your murderer, or the murder in your dad, if I hear about any of it once more, I shall die."
Tonight we all die young.
Great, yeah, great, really great. Dave said, "My hamster died as well." So everyone said, "Shh." And Dave said, "I was only..." And I said, "Can I have a drink? Drink." The Hollywood. We went to this cafe, and my dad wants milk in his butt. Could you get me milk in the butt? And then my mum says, "Once you get milk stuck in that bum of yours, you never get orange juice
Stuck in that bum of yours.
And my dad says, "I'll have a strawberry ice cream in the butt." And then my mum says, "I'm the fastest in the land." Anyway, I said, "I'll have a Hollywood." And it was vanilla ice cream, chocolate ice cream, peaches, bananas, 1 apple, 15 raisins, chocolate sauce, special sauce, cherries, ferries, hundreds of slimy little seeds, trifle, jelly, and thick cooking oil. Dad said, "He won't eat it. They're horrible." But Mum said, no, if he wants it, he can have it. I think you know what I mean. Dad said, "Waste of money. He won't eat it." Mum said, "Fuck you. A Hollywood, please." And we waited. Then, suddenly, it appeared. On its own, right in the middle of a tray. With a little paper skull stuck in the top. Everyone in the cafe looked round. "What's that?" "Oh, yeah, that's Michael Rosen." "Oh, yeah, that's the guy who fiddles with 2-year-olds. And the woman put it down in front of me. And the woman went down on me. Nice. The cum jumps into her mouth and she drank the lot. Anyway, the Hollywood was huge. It was taller than me. And I had this really long spoon to eat it with, and now, everyone was dead.
Nope.
Everyone was looking at me. I had to reach up to get to the cherry on the top. Got it. Nice. Then onto the ice cream. And the chocolate sauce. Dig in. Ducks. That was a bit rich. But okay. Dad loves ice cream and chocolate. Little girls. And he's watching me. But I don't give him any. That wasn't very nice. Then there was some thick cooking oil. And actually, My mouth is full of oil, thick oil. And Dad said, and Mum said, leave him alone. Now I was filling my butt so as not to taste penises. My hands went into my mum's snatch. Then I got to the Triforce. I wonder who put that there. I stopped eating. And Mum turned to me and said, never mind, dear. I don't suppose you'll ask for food ever again, will you? I don't suppose I will. Ducks. That was the mistake. Slouch. We had a teacher who was so strict, you weren't allowed to in her lessons. She used to shoot out the front going, we had a teacher who had huge balls in the mouth. Lovely. She used to stand out the front going, no. She used to stand out the front going, no. She used to stand out the front going, no. Strict. And you had the whole morning to get through. You'd hear them going down behind you. And there was always a whiny kid going, do you know, at the beginning of the week there were 48 kids in my mouth. It was lovely. There's Dave. Dave, bit wee. How come your cum? It's born in the wall bars. Ale, Guinness. I've got a headache. When I was at the school hall, what you had to do was snatch a quick snatch under the snatch. And teething. The whiny ones, the whiny ones, the whiny ones, gotta go, flux, snatch, nan, us lot. They used to string you up from the wall bars. They used to string you up from the wall bars. They used to string you up from the wall bars. They used to string you up from the wall bars. 3 weeks. So I figured it out. What you had to do was put your cock in my face. I done so. Thumb round the edge of the thumb. So when I went down, it didn't. Once more, from the beginning. No, 5 yards. Ding. Survive yards. As the sanitizer. Once a boy called Testar came to school and said, ties PZR. So he said, yeah. So he said, yeah. Playtime. So he said, right. Who wants a game? Fuck. So Trevor said, yeah, me. So this boy, Richard, on his bang, and he took this gold watch out of his face, out of his pocket, and he put it very carefully, twirl. Then Richard took me into the class, and he starts up talking in his spooky voice. Go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Is it working? We said. Is he going to sleep? He's sodomized. Blood. The going in bell went. Boing, boing. The going in bell went. Bong, 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 bong.
The going in bell went.
At that, Trevor goes and stands up. He just stands. Dusts himself down, so we all crowded around him going, hypnotote. And he looks at us, all fed up, and he says, Richard, he's brilliant. He can, he'd hear us saying all this, and he'd go, yeah, I'll cut away. I'm off at you lot.
I'm talking.
And burst the skicks. There was a man going to put on show a terrifying creature called the street, the fiercest wanker in the world. The man took an amber, and suddenly we all heard a terrible noise, and he screamed, "Quill!"
And he screamed,
"Quick!" And he screamed, "Quick! Get out! Get out! Get out of here! Get out! Get out!" By the time we got ourselves together, the man had gone. We never saw him anyway. And none of us has ever seen my mob. Yes, there was an awful yelling and crying. There was the noise of chains rattling and someone shouting. Suddenly the man came running onto the stage in front of the curtains. All his clothes were torn, there was blood on his face, and he screamed, "Quick! Get out! Get out of here! The sky's falling!" We all got up, ran out the door and got away as fast as we could. By the time we got ourselves together, sometimes my mum and dad used to go all round the streets murdering people with shotguns, machine guns, rifles, kids, busters, bombs, and brain squeezing puzzles. Then suddenly one day they went to this cafe and had loads to kill. They looked to see who there was. There was a terrifying food inspector, a boy called Hector, cool gay and full gay, Laura Bouncy Balls, Michael Plums, and 48 kids. A teacher who was a bit fucked up with horror, the drunk 2-year-old, Queen Fat Ass, the Prime Minister, lollipop lady with a lollipop in her ass, and Copper Crap, the ginger, who was spastic ass never. It was then my mum and dad took out the Explicit. Fantastic. So what happens? My dad starts to put hundreds of bombs all round the cafe. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. And there's no one who can't escape, because if you try, you'd blow it up. And that's what happened to cool gay and full gay. Boom. Ah, that was the mistake. Stepping onto the bombs to get out the room. Oh no. And straight away, kaboom. Well, actually, he's... whoosh. Cool gay and full gay were dead. That's a shame. Anyway, my mum took out her shotgun and began to murder people like mad. Hard luck. Keel over and die. Die, bitch, die. Ha! Ha, ha, ha! My dad, what does he do? He stuffs a great big bomb into the inspector's mouth, and then that really does it. Into the mouth. Uh-oh. He blows up, his head bursted, and my mum was still shooting people. It was fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Not long after, Queen Fat Ass calls 999, Later that day, the police came in. They all had a moustache, all and said, "What happened?" So Queen Fact said, "Are you fucking blind? You shithead. There's blood all over the walls." So now the police of his go upstairs. There they all were. Stop right there. Criminals come you violator to the wall. So now my dad ran in with this really huge bazooka and he blows the police of his into bits and pieces. Blimey. It was then my mum and dad ran out the door and got away as fast as they could. But, and this is a big but, once they were outside, they were surrounded by the Bow. The police of his called Georgie Bow said, "Drop the gun and put your hands up into the air where I can see them, you murderers. They're rats!" There's my mum. And there's my dad, he's doing the same. So now they went to the prison where they had to think of a plan to escape. Yeah. There they were, stuck in a prison Hamburg. First of all, my dad tries fiddling with the door. It's no good, he can't. 3 weeks later, a boy called Toenail Pizza stops by the Hamburg of my mum and dad and says, "Right, you two, this is a horrible prison, but if you give me a bag of plums with some chocolate sauce, I shall break you out. Do you understand?" My dad says, "Okay, but first of all, break us out of this shit prison. I can't stand this shit anymore. I'm going mad in this shit hole." "Okay, don't worry about it." It was then Toenail Pizza took a knife out of his pocket. "Stop right there," said security guard. So now Toenail Pizza bangs into the security guard's head. There was blood all over his big face. All his clothes were torn, and then he keeled over and died. So now Toenail Pizza dropped 48 bombs at the door and he screamed, "Get out of the way!" He blows up the door. Kaboom! My mum and dad ran out the door and got away as fast as they could. But now a police officer who looked like a fat red tomato was guarding the place. Then Toenail Pizza took this baseball bat out of his butt and started to beat up the police officer. Hard luck. Toenail Pizza gave my mum and dad all kinds of guns to escape properly. And that's how my mum and dad escaped prison. Toenail Pizza never got his bag of plums. He never got his chocolate sauce either. That was 40 years ago. Now my mum and dad still commit mass murder. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. CaptainPlums.